What is Captain Tazaryach hiding? Or what was Captain Tazaryach hiding? All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect. And this lesson is going to be entitled, What is or was Captain Tazaryach hiding? All right, and if you don't know by now, there's a video going around from this dude, Hassan Campbell. You see him on the screen now. He had a conversation or debate. I don't know exactly what you would call it. Right here. You see the title of it. Captain Tazaryach of ISUPK versus Hassan Campbell. So I guess it's a debate. All right. And this dude, Hassan Campbell, is one of these internet bloggers, whatever you want to call him. I don't know. Just a nigga with a show. Got a bunch of subscribers, 444,000. Anyway, Captain Tazaryach of the ISUPK, self-proclaimed teacher of the truth. Okay, he was backed into a corner. He was on this guy Hassan Campbell's show, and when the conversation shifted to the mark of the beast, Tazaryach got all flustery. He got all flustered, should I say? He was all flustered. No, he was flabbergasted. He was reluctant to discuss it, and really, to me, just downright, he doesn't have a poker face, and really, he just downright got revealed. If you were looking at it with your spiritual eyes. Now, first, let's go to the word reluctant, because he was reluctant to discuss. And you know what? Let's actually go there. I've heard that somebody's video was took down for playing portions of this, which I don't want to have that happen. But let's just try to go to the point. And while I'll let you see it with your own eyes, you're going to see Tazaryach get all kind of messed up when this guy brings up a particular topic. Watch it here.
Hey, y'all got too comfortable using Uncle Sam. He's going to put you in a position where he wants you to.
Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help.
In those camps, to get that help, you got to get that shit, that mark of the beast.
Oh, Tazaryach. Look.
I'm going to tell you something.
You got to interject now.
See? He just got kind of, look at his face. Watch his face. He didn't know what to do. When that mark of the beast came up, he was just stuck.
Ooh, Tazaryach.
Look. I'm going to tell you something.
You got to interject now.
For black people, okay, so now I'm going to flip this.
Yeah, he's throwing off.
There, right? Cause
And he was definitely thrown off. This is the look on his face. You see it? Mouth open. Through. What are you doing, man? What are you hiding? Trying to protect that damn bribe your ass took. Trying to protect that 501c3. Anyway, he was reluctant to discuss anything dealing with what Hassan Campbell mentioned right there. Now, this is the word reluctant.
Reluctant.
It says unwilling and hesitant. Right? Disinclined. He was unwilling. He was hesitant as shit to even touch it. What do you mean by reluctant? Feeling or showing aversion, hesitation, or unwillingness. And that's good enough. Also, I looked into another term called poker face, right? Listen to this.
Poker face.
An impassive expression that hides one's true feelings. Now, when you look at this guy, he does not have a poker face. You knew right away that he didn't like what he heard, and he was trying to figure out what he was going to say, how to get around it. Let me see if I can bring the video back up. When dude mentioned what he said, Tazaryach was like off. Look at him. So the dude drops what he said. Look at Tazaryach. See? Breathing funny. Look at that. Touching his head. See? Stretching his arms. He don't know what to say. Messed up. He was through. So he couldn't hide what was going on in his mind because he knew that he shouldn't touch that topic. Because why? ISUPK took the 501c3, and just like other 501c3 Israelites, they don't want to discuss it, but if they do, they're going to give you some flimsy excuse to what it's talking about. What does it mean when someone has a poker face? An inscrutable face, and let's look up inscrutable right here, if we can get it to act right. Inscrutable. Enigmatic, mysterious, impossible to understand or interpret. And, an inscrutable face, doggone it, that reveals no hint of a person's thoughts or feelings, And that's what a poker face is. So he showed the opposite of that. You could see right through him that he was like, oh shit. As a matter of fact, this is called a tail, right? We're going to go to right here. Nope. Just hold on here. Tail, definition 2. And that an inadherent behavior or mannerism that betrays a poker player's true thoughts, intentions, or emotions. Like when a guy get a certain hand in cards and poker, you can look at him and understand that he's holding something, that he might have a good hand or he might not have nothing. He's trying to bluff you. When you look at it, it says a revealing gesture, expression, etc., that is likened to a poker player's tail. So he has the opposite of a poker face. See? A revealing gesture, expression, etc., a sign, indication. See, you can see from the way Tazaryach was behaving that something is up. He got all flustered. He got all messed up. And really, when you go into, hold on before I read this. When we go into the scriptures, the Lord told us that certain things we would see and understand. You can always tell when a person is doing something, something is up. You can tell by their expressions or their lack or unwillingness, their reluctance to discuss a certain thing. They get fidgety, they get flustered. Sometimes the individual starts sweating. You could tell they're hiding something. Proverbs 6:12, a naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a froward mouth. He winketh with his eyes, he speaketh with his feet, he teacheth with his fingers. Frowardness is in his heart, he deviseth mischief continually, he soweth discord. So you can see that Tazaryach is a froward individual. Let me see if we can look at the word froward. He's a froward individual. It says a person of a person difficult to deal with, contrary. This one says habitually disposed to disobedience or opposition. So normally when you bring up that topic, the MOTB with ISUPK, particularly General Tazaryach, he's going to always be against it. He's going to be opposed. He's going to throw out something. He's going to say different stuff that he thinks that it is. And they don't really understand that over the past few years, they've been giving you so many different excuses as to what it is or what is, what it's not, or what they think that it is. There's just so many different excuses. And it's hard to cover up that much lies. But the reason why they're doing it is because they took a bribe. They took a payoff. And we know that through the spirit. So if you don't believe it, that's okay. You don't have the spirit to see it. Again, Proverbs 6:12, a naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a froward mouth. He winketh with his eyes, he speaketh with his feet, he teacheth with his fingers. Right, he's giving off signs. Sometimes they'll throw up a sign, individuals, they'll make a certain sign with their hands. They make, wink or do something with their feet the way they stand. Frowardness is in his heart. He devises mischief continually. He soweth discord. So this individual has a froward heart. He's habitually predisposed beforehand, to tell you what's this and what's that or what is not. They refuse to really get into a deep conversation about it. But if they do, they're going to give you a flimsy excuse. And he did discuss it later on, because I'm trying to remember what he said about it. He said that, yeah, you know what? Matter of fact, he did go into it later, which I'm not going to play it. But he did say that the MOTB, right? He said that it was talking about in your head is the what did he say? Not the understanding, but it's the things that you act out with your hands and what goes into your mind. But he ain't described how you make purchases with that stuff. See, it's always something with these people. So, yeah, he did talk about it later on. He was reluctant to speak on it, and you can see he was fidgeting at that moment. But he did talk about it a little while later in that interview or in that debate or whatever. This is Matthew 10:26. It says, fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. See? So the Lord has things come out in mannerisms, different tales, different signs, different movements that people do when you near them or when they get cornered, they act a certain way. This is Luke 12:2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. But for all intents and purposes, I want to just show you his mannerisms, the way that he was behaving. He was getting fidgety as hell when it came up. Now, I want to go real quick and read this because these bribes is the reason why these Israelites are avoiding certain stuff. And then when they do talk about it, they what they say about it doesn't even make sense. Proverbs 6:19, it says, and this is in the law, thou shalt not wrest judgment, meaning wrestle judgment. Thou shalt not respect persons, neither take a gift. And that's what a bribe is likened to a gift. For a gift doth blind the eyes of the wise and pervert the words of the righteous. You start worrying about that money. And everybody know ISUPK took that damn 501c3. That's the reason why they're reluctant to talk about stuff. But even when they do, they throw out false knowledge about a certain thing that doesn't make sense. So when you look at the word gift right here, I'm just curious about what it says. It says give, reward, right here, bribes. See that, the word bribes. Present, bribe. A donation, bribe, gift, present, reward. You see? So in this dude, Tazaryach, in my opinion, he is not a man of the Lord. And whenever you listen to him or watch him, he's a very sneaky individual. He exhibits very few qualities of a righteous man, and he's continuously doing questionable shit, continuously, from his support for wicked Israelites, you know, wanting to be a part of the unity. I mean, just all kind of stuff. Being on rubbing elbows with the black conscious community. Just many different lying things that this dude has done. And, you know, and we know through the spirit, we know professionally that a 501c3, as far as Israelites are concerned, is a bad idea. This is Psalms 26, verse 9. It says, gather not my soul with sinners, nor my life with bloody men, in whose hands is mischief, and their right hand is full of bribes. And if you are Israelite and you don't believe that other Israelites have taken bribes, you are out of your mind. It's obvious. It's obvious. And you could see it right there on that dude's face that something was up. And they made an agreement, a 501c3 agreement with Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Even if they do talk black people this, you know, the white man this, that doesn't matter. There's a such thing as controlled opposition. And Esau is the master at that. This is Job chapter 15, verse 33. He shall shake off his unripe grape as the vine, and shall cast off his flower as the olive. For the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery. And there is a such thing as tabernacles of bribery, okay? I mean, it's right there. What do? They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepared deceit. So with their minds, they prepare deceit. And you can see him doing it, and we can show you again. He was all messed up. That thing came up and he didn't know what to do. And as brothers been saying, the elder brother Karatazar and other brothers, that Hassan Campbell played more of a role as somebody that was righteous than Tazaryach. Look at him. He don't know what to do. Got to catch his breath. Let's watch it again.
Tazaryach.
That
Look.
I'm gonna tell you something.
You gotta interject now.
For black people, okay, so now I'm gonna flip this.
Yeah, he's
a little
throwing
bit,
off.
Said, right? Cause
Yeah, he was definitely thrown off because he's a demon protecting that damn bribe. This is Isaiah 33 and 13. Hear ye that are far off what I have done, and ye that are near acknowledge my might. The sinners in Zion are afraid. Fearfulness has surprised the hypocrites. Who among us shall dwell with the devouring fire? Who among us shall dwell with everlasting burnings? And this scripture starts out telling you that these people that's you know, in that time, the people that's going off are in reality Israelites that go off. They're afraid. The sinners in Zion are afraid. It was back then. It's going to happen in our time now. And it says fearfulness is going to surprise these hypocrites. Then it asks you a question. Who among us shall dwell with the devouring fire? Who among us shall dwell with everlasting burnings? And that's going to come from the nuclear missiles. This is who's going to avoid that. He that walketh righteously and speaketh uprightly. He that despiseth the gain of oppressions, that shaketh his hands from holding of bribes, that stoppeth his ears from hearing of blood, and shutteth his eyes from seeing evil. So if you took a bribe, you're not going to be safe. He shall dwell on high. His place of defense shall be the munitions of rocks. Bread shall be given him. His waters shall be sure. So if you don't sell out, don't take a bribe, don't deal untruly, deal righteously, the Lord said you're going to dwell on high. Your defense is going to be like a bunker of rocks. If a famine comes, you're going to eat, you're going to have water to drink. Thine eyes shall see the king and his beauty. They shall behold the land that is very far off. So you're going to be saved, those who ignore or don't take bribes. Finally, we'll read here. Isaiah 28 verse 14. Wherefore hear the word of the Lord, ye scornful men that rule this people, which is in Jerusalem. Who rules the people? The prophets, the men of the Lord are supposed to be the ones that are the leaders. Verse 15 says, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death and with hell are we at agreement. How do you make a covenant with death and with hell? Death and hell represents who? The so-called white man, Esau, Edom. Let's go there real quick. Habakkuk, I think it's 2. Let's prove that. Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. Who is this? It's the wicked of the earth, the so-called white man, Esau. But the just shall live by his faith. Yet also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. See, this man in his rulership, he brings forth the conditions of death and of hell. Okay, or he brings forth the conditions of hell, which bring forth death. Revelation 6 now. And verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. So where are we currently right now? We're in the fourth part of the earth, the fourth major empire on the earth. And the people that are in authority over it, they're likened to death and hell. You see, they're likened unto death and hell. This Roman Empire. Okay, so who's the rulers of it? The Romans, the modern day Romans, the so-called white man Esau. So when you make an agreement with a covenant with death and with hell, you're making a covenant with these people. Because you have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. How do you make that agreement? You get the 501c3 and other payoffs, other bribes. And you think that when they bring forth, whatever they're going to do, you're going to be okay with it because you are working for them behind the scenes, but it's not going to work like that. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of power, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. Judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet. And the hell shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the waters shall overflow the hiding place. So when the hell comes, which is the nuclear missiles, the plague of hell, is going to sweep away all those lies. I think in Ezekiel it says that that wall of untempered mortar is going to be destroyed by hailstones. See? Let's see if we can grab that. Ye great hailstones. This is Ezekiel 13. And we'll just read here verse 11. It says, say unto them which daub it with untempered mortar, that it shall fall. There shall be an overflowing shower, and ye, O great hailstones, shall fall, and a stormy wind shall rend it. Lo, when the wall is fallen, shall it not be said unto you, where is the daubing wherewith ye have daubed it? Therefore, thus saith the Lord of power, I will even rend it with a stormy wind in my fury, and there shall be an overflowing shower in mine anger, and great hailstones in my fury to consume it. So this wall of lies. So will I break down the wall that ye have daubed with untempered mortar, and bring it down to the ground, so that the foundation thereof shall be discovered, and it shall fall, and ye shall be consumed in the midst thereof, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. If you go to the word plague of hell, or to that scripture, these hailstones represent these nuclear missiles. Revelation 16:21, and there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven, every stone about the weight of a talent, and men blasphemed the Most High because of the plague of the hail, for the plague thereof was exceeding great. And that's during Armageddon. You know, that's going to end. If we go here, let's just open it up. If you go back, verse 19. Let's see here. Yeah. Revelation 16:19, and the great city was divided into 3 parts, which is America, Babylon the Great. And the cities of the nations fell, and great Babylon came in remembrance before the Most High, to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. And every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. So you know it's not talking about regular hell, because regular hell cannot destroy mountains or move islands. And there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven, every stone about the weight of a talent. When the nuclear missiles hit Babylon the Great, it's going to be a great shaking and a rocking, and it's going to cause the ocean, tidal waves, all kind of, commotion in the ocean, and that's going to make mountains fall. That's going to make islands go underwater. And there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven, every stone about the weight of a talent, and men blasphemed the Most High because of the plague of hell, for the plague thereof was exceeding great. So when these nuclear missiles come, these people that have these untempered mortar on those wall of lies, all that shit gonna be knocked down. But they thought by making a covenant with the people that's gonna, that's partially to blame for it, that they're gonna be able to avoid it, that overflowing scourge. Here in verse, doggone it, what's going on here? All right, so let's read it. Salakia. So in verse 17, Isaiah 28:17, judgment will I also lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet. And the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies. The nuclear missiles gonna get all that. And the waters shall overflow the hiding place. What's the waters? The living water from the Bible. The gospel being preached is overflowing all these hiding places, these little flimsy excuses that they're giving. All their tales are being revealed. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then shall ye be trodden down, or then ye shall be trodden down by it. You see that? As a matter of fact, it's in the Apocrypha too. That all those that make an agreement with these people, you're gonna be trodden down. You can't trust them. Let's go to 2nd Esdras. I don't know if it's 15 or 16. We're gonna find out. Let's go there real quick. 2nd Esdras 16. We'll start at 15 first. See if we can find it. Yeah, it's gonna be 16, I believe. Just a quick video. Just something I observed. That damn Captain Tazaryach, he's slick. He tries to be slick, but that dude ain't on no level. 2nd Esdras 16 and verse. Just hold on here. Right here. 2nd Esdras 16 and verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols. What is that? That's your Revelation 13:16. That MOTB is things offered unto idols, and that's how people gonna try to eat in that day, by taking that thing. That's why Tazaryach don't want to discuss it. He's reluctant, but even when he does discuss it, he gives you a false interpretation of what it is. Anything to be contrary, like it said, he's habitually predisposed to be contrary against the whole topic, the whole breakdown of what it truly is. No matter what, they're never going to say what we say that it is. They're going to keep giving you other things. It's sleeping with white women. Oh, it's just different things they've said over the years. It's money. It's the ideas in your mind and what you put your hands to, which doesn't make any sense. Verse 69, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision, and in reproach and trodden underfoot. And I always bring up the example of those that work for the other side, even if they, even the sellouts, even if you're Israelites and they against the Israelites, they have a King Alfred plan that says in the event of a racial uprising, they have on the books to come against even those that work for them if you happen to be of the people that they're going against, which in our case, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They're going to round you up even if you work for them. That includes your preachers, your teachers, your pastors, all of that. Your black, so-called black cops, military people, you're going to be caught up in it too. You can never trust these devils. There was a steal that was going around that talked about, I don't know if it was in France. It was somewhere, and they said, I don't know if it was during World War One or World War II. I think it was World War One, but there was a regiment of black soldiers. They said African soldiers that helped fight in World War One. And after they defeated the enemy, the French shot them all up just for asking for their pay that they deserved to get. See, so you can never trust these devils, never. And they that consented to them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. If you're an Israelite, this man is not going to spare you regardless. If you work for them, doesn't matter. They're going to use you and throw you away. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So you may say, well, they Israelites. How could that happen? Yeah, but this is the thing. You throw off your protection when you sell out and work for the other side. So therefore, when the enemy rises up to destroy you, the Lord is not going to protect you. So all you sellouts, you done. And you know, and it's a what's the word? It's a rhetorical question, meaning I already know the answer to it before I ask it. What is Tazaryach hiding? We already know. He took a bribe. All praise, all of ISUPK took a bribe. And he works for them. Okay, so let's put it in the right perspective. That group is a 501c3 Israelite group, which means they are on the payroll. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.